Do you think the 1980s were the dark days for muscle cars? Think again. Despite the shift to smaller engines and rising foreign competition, a handful of legendary 80s muscle cars quietly powered through, proving that raw performance and unforgettable style never went out of fashion. These are the hidden classic masterpieces you never knew about, and they're ready to rev your engine. Number 15, 1983, Dodge Shelby Charger. Imagine a car so impressive that it seemed to defy the expectations of the time. That was the 1983 Dodge Shelby Charger. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement. With its bold design and powerful performance, it shocked the world, proving that a car could be fast, fun, and affordable all at once. The Shelby Charger was a true underdog, a car that combined speed, style, and practicality in a way that made it legendary. At first glance, the Charger's design set it apart from every other car in its class. The low, wide stance made it look like it was built to race. Add to that the aggressive front end with its air dam and the rear ducktail spoiler. And it's clear this car meant business. The flying buttresses on the rear windows and the flared rocker panels gave the car a unique personality that made it stand out in a crowd. The two-tone paint job only made it sharper, giving it a look that was as serious as it was sleek. But what really made the Shelby Charger legendary was its performance. Underneath the hood, the car was powered by a 135 cubic inch engine, tuned for maximum output. With 107 horsepower, the car could reach top speeds of 117 miles per hour. It was fast, no doubt about it. But it didn't just go fast, it handled like a dream. The front-wheel drive setup made it nimble, and the improved suspension gave it excellent cornering ability. With a top cornering grip of 0.80 G, the Shelby Charger could handle tight turns like a pro. The Charger also managed to balance its power with everyday usability. Despite its performance abilities, it still managed to get 22 miles per gallon, a feat that made it stand out even more. It was a car that could be a daily driver and a weekend warrior, all without breaking the bank. The 1983 Dodge Shelby Charger was a game changer, a car that set new standards for what a performance car could be. It wasn't just fast, it was legendary, and it's still remembered for how it redefined the expectations of a true performance vehicle. Number 14, 1984 Dodge Rampage. You might not know it, but there was once a small truck that made a huge impression, and it went by the name of Dodge Rampage. This legendary vehicle from 1984 was ahead of its time, blending the utility of a truck with the sleekness of a car. Unlike most trucks, which were bulky and tough to maneuver, the Rampage offered a unique combination of practicality and style that turned heads and won hearts. The Rampage's standout feature was its design, which was clean, sharp, and perfectly balanced. It combined a smooth, car-like front end with a truck bed in the back, making it look modern and fresh. The 1984 model received a significant upgrade, with a new grille, a lower bumper, and 4 rectangular headlights that gave it a more aggressive and refined appearance. It wasn't just a small truck, it was a truck with style and presence. In comparison to other compact trucks from the time, like the Subaru Brat or Volkswagen Caddy, the Rampage had a much cleaner, more polished look. Its long and low body made it appear fast, even when parked, while the large rear window and smooth roofline gave it a sleek, sporty touch. The truck bed, though compact, was seamlessly integrated into the design, making it feel like an essential part of the whole package. The size of the Rampage made it stand out from the crowd. It was just the right size, not too big, not too small. It sat lower than most trucks, giving it a more car-like stance. This made it a joy to drive, offering both practicality and agility. It wasn't a giant beast, but it wasn't a toy either. It was a small truck that got the job done without compromising on style. With a few simple details like the small hood scoop, chrome accents, and squared-off rear end, the Dodge Rampage proved that big things can come in small, legendary packages. This wasn't just a small truck. It was a pioneer in its own right, waiting to be rediscovered. Number 13, 1986, Pontiac Grand Prix 2+2. The 1986 Pontiac Grand Prix 2+2 is one of those hidden marvels in the muscle car world, a car that mixes racing technology with street appeal. While the Grand Prix was known as a family car for most of its life, this special one-year edition was more than just a personal luxury vehicle. It was a track-inspired machine that pushed the limits of both design and performance. The Grand Prix 2+2 was Pontiac's answer to the competition on NASCAR tracks. In the mid-'80s, Pontiac was struggling to keep up with the aerodynamically superior cars from Ford, particularly the Thunderbird, which dominated superspeedways. The solution came in the form of a radical rear window redesign. The new sloped rear glass was inspired by racing needs and was first tested in the wind tunnel. Just like the race cars, it was meant to help. This tweak improved the car's aerodynamics, reducing rear lift and drag, which was essential for higher speeds and stability on the track. But this wasn't just about racing. The Grand Prix 2+2 had a personality of its own. With its aggressive front spoiler, blacked-out honeycomb grills, and the sloping rear window that blended into a rear spoiler, the car looked as fast as it felt. Only 1,118 units were built, making this model an elusive piece of history. Under the hood, it carried a modest Chevy-sourced 305 cubic-inch V8 engine, producing 150 horsepower. While not a performance powerhouse by today's standards, the Grand Prix 2+2 was all about potential. Its platform could easily be upgraded with modern high-performance engines. The 1986 Pontiac Grand Prix 2+2 may not have been the fastest car on the block, but it earned its legendary status for being a bold, track-inspired car that combined form, function, and rarity. It's a testament to Pontiac's racing heritage, a car that blurred the lines between street and track. Number 12, 1983, Chevy Malibu. The 1983 Chevy Malibu is one of those cars you never knew you needed to know about. Built during an era when fuel economy and utility were the main priorities, this unsung hero of the 80s muscle car world is legendary for reasons that go beyond its boxy looks. However, Chevy's Malibu, part of General Motors' G-body platform, wasn't designed to set the streets on fire. It was a simple mid-size car that came in a two-door coupe, four-door sedan, and even a wagon model. But as time passed, its seemingly bland appearance became a classic representation of 80s styling, and its hidden potential became clear. While it didn't carry the performance badge like other muscle cars, the Malibu found its place in the muscle car world thanks to its body-on-frame construction, rear-wheel drive, and lightweight design. The real magic happened when hot rodders started taking advantage of Malibu's ample engine bay and sturdy construction. It quickly became a favorite among car enthusiasts looking for a project car with room for serious upgrades. With a triangulated four-link rear suspension and massive aftermarket support, the Malibu was a blank canvas waiting to be turned into a muscle machine. The available small-block V8 engine made it a great starting point, and its ability to house larger big-block engines opened up endless possibilities. What makes the 1983 Chevy Malibu legendary is its ability to evolve from a simple family car into a muscle car masterpiece. It's a car that quietly dominated the streets by offering performance potential that far outshone its humble beginnings. Number 11, 1987, Buick Regal GNX. The 1987 Buick Regal GNX is one of those rare cars that took the automotive world by surprise. Not only did it defy expectations, but it also redefined what a muscle car could be. Often overshadowed by its V8 competitors, the GNX came in with a turbocharged V6 engine that turned heads and left other muscle cars in the dust. If you didn't know about it, don't worry, you're not alone. But now's the time to discover this forgotten legend. At the heart of the GNX lies a 232 cubic inches turbocharged V6 engine, a revolutionary setup for its time. With 300 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque, this engine packed a punch that outperformed even some of the fastest sports cars on the market. In fact, it could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds, a number that left Ferraris, Porsches, and Corvettes struggling to catch up. It had a top speed of 124 miles per hour, which was impressive for its era and still holds up today as a testament to its power. But the GNX wasn't just about speed, it also handled remarkably well, thanks to features like a specialized rear differential and a torque arm that ensured optimal traction. Unlike many muscle cars that were built for power but lacked precision, the GNX offered a solid, stable driving experience. When you took it through a corner, it felt like it was glued to the road, an impressive feat for a car built with such raw power. What truly sets the GNX apart is its rarity. Buick only produced 547 units in 1987, which means that finding one today is like stumbling upon a treasure. It's not just a car, it's a piece of automotive history that has become more valuable over time. With a distinctive black paint job, dual exhausts, and a cockpit-style interior, the GNX was as stylish as it was powerful. If you're lucky enough to own one today, you'll likely pay a premium, with prices easily reaching over $100,000. The Buick Regal GNX isn't just a muscle car. It's a groundbreaking piece of automotive engineering and a true legend of the 1980s. Number 10, 1986 Mercury Cougar. The 1986 Mercury Cougar is one of those legendary cars that doesn't always get the recognition it deserves, yet it leaves a lasting impression. This two-door muscle car might not have been the fastest in its class, but it packed enough power and charm to make its mark on automotive history. Now, let's talk power. The Cougar was equipped with a 305 cubic inch V8 engine, paired with sequential fuel injection to give it that smooth, powerful ride. While it wasn't the quickest car in its segment, the 150 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque made sure it wasn't slouching when it came time to accelerate. Its rear-wheel drive setup added to the driving experience, giving it that muscle car feel, even if it wasn't setting land speed records. It wasn't about outright speed, it was about enjoying the drive. What truly made the Cougar stand out, though, was its balance of muscle and elegance. The aerodynamic design, with its smooth, flowing lines, gave it an upscale feel, while the distinctive front grille and inset headlights added that touch of retro flair. This car wasn't just about performance, it was about looking good while cruising down the road. It had that cool factor that made you want to be seen in it. The interior of the Cougar was just as impressive. With a spacious cabin and a comfortable ride, it offered plenty of room for those long drives, making it a car you could enjoy day after day. Although its handling wasn't quite on par with some of the competition and it wasn't as fast as others, it had a charm that made up for any shortcomings. The 1986 Mercury Cougar might not have been the most popular or the fastest, but it carved out its place as a legendary muscle car. It was a car that offered more than just speed. It brought style, comfort, and a timeless presence to the table. Number 9, 1989 Dodge Daytona Shelby. If you've never heard of the Dodge Daytona Shelby, you're not alone. This under-the-radar classic made a mark in the late 1980s and became a symbol of performance and style, even though it didn't get the attention it deserved. But for those who know, the Daytona Shelby is a legendary car that defined an era with its innovative design and impressive features. In 1989, Dodge unleashed a masterpiece, one that stood out for its bold, aggressive design. The front end was redesigned with a streamlined shape that improved aerodynamics, making it not just look fast, but actually perform better. The sleek wraparound headlights, combined with cooling slots and a lower air dam, gave it a polished and futuristic look, even for its time. The raised power bulge on the hood wasn't just for show. It symbolized the car's strength and power under the hood. Adding to its legendary status were details like the intercooled turbo decal, signaling this was no ordinary car. The integrated parking and turn lights kept the front clean and simple, while built-in driving lamps added a sporty feel and improved nighttime visibility. The rear of the car was just as impressive, with ground effects, a rear fascia, and a liftback spoiler that made the Daytona Shelby look like it was always on the move, even when standing still. The wheels were another standout feature, 16-inch aluminum directional rims, designed not just for style, but for performance. The special slots helped cool the brakes, ensuring the car could handle tough driving conditions, and with Goodyear Eagle tires, the Daytona Shelby could keep up with its aggressive looks. Inside, the car didn't disappoint. The leather-wrapped sports steering wheel and Chrysler Infinity sound system made every drive feel premium. The seats were designed for comfort and support, and the driver's seat had 18-way power adjustments. The combination of digital and analog displays in the instrument cluster kept the Daytona Shelby feeling futuristic and ahead of its time. The Dodge Daytona Shelby wasn't just a car, it was a legend waiting to be discovered. Number 8, 1985 Chevrolet Camaro iRock. The 1985 Chevrolet Camaro iRock Z isn't just another muscle car from the 80s. It's a forgotten legend that deserves more attention. Named after the prestigious International Race of Champions, this car made a mark not just on the racetrack, but also in the hearts of muscle car enthusiasts. With its race-inspired pedigree and a blend of power and precision, the iRock Z is a true icon that still holds a special place in automotive history. From the moment you lay eyes on the iRock Z, it's clear this car means business. Its low, aggressive stance and wide body give it a powerful road presence. The sleek lines and distinctive features like the inset headlights and bold grille set it apart from other cars of the time. The addition of pinstripes along the body and hood vents adds an extra layer of style that screams performance. The iRock Z doesn't need to announce its power. It shows it through its design. Underneath that bold exterior, the Camaro iRock Z is powered by a 305 cubic inch V8 engine that churns out 215 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque. It offers the option of a 5-speed manual transmission for those who enjoy hands-on control, or a 4-speed automatic for a smoother ride. This rear-wheel drive machine can hit 60 miles per hour in just 7.3 seconds and reach a top speed of 151 miles per hour. These numbers, while impressive for its time, are just a part of what makes the iRock Z legendary. What really makes the iRock Z special is its balance. Thanks to a well-tuned chassis and low center of gravity, the iRock Z handles much better than you'd expect from a muscle car. The optional tuned port injection system, borrowed from the Corvette, gives the car even more of an edge, making it a standout in the Camaro lineup. Inside, the iRock Z offers a comfortable and practical cabin. While it might not be the height of luxury, it's more than enough for everyday driving or weekend cruises. Finding a well-preserved iRock Z today isn't easy, but if you manage it, you'll be getting your hands on a piece of muscle car history. Priced at around $21,400, this car is more than just a collectible. It's a true piece of legend. Number 7, 1984, Lincoln Mark 7 LSC. Let's rewind a bit to a time when Lincoln was setting a new standard for luxury and performance. The 1984 Lincoln Mark 7 LSC. At first look, it might not look like much, but this car was a revolutionary blend of style, technology, and power that turned heads in the mid-1980s. A luxury coupe that wasn't afraid to stand out, the Mark 7 LSC proved that Lincoln could mix elegance with excitement. Under the hood, this car didn't just rely on looks. The base model came with a 302 cubic inch V8 engine, offering 140 horsepower. But Lincoln wasn't content with just that. By the end of the model's run, the Mark 7 LSC featured an engine borrowed from the Mustang GT, producing a beefier 225 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. The result? It was a stylish coupe that was more than just a pretty face. The Mark 7 LSC wasn't only about performance, it was packed with innovations. One of the first cars to feature a 4-wheel anti-lock braking system, it brought advanced technology to the American road. The full-air suspension system combined comfort with sporty handling, making the ride smooth and controlled. It wasn't just another luxury car, it was a glimpse into the future of driving. When it came to design, the Mark 7 LSC was a far cry from the giant land yachts Lincoln was known for. With its aerodynamic shape and refined wedge-like profile, it cut through the air with a drag coefficient of 0.38, 25% better than previous models. The car's elegant silhouette was complemented by flush-mounted headlights and a subtle rear bulge, combining practicality with beauty. Inside, the Mark 7 LSC continued to impress with modern tech. A full-length console, electronic gauges, and options like heated seats and a portable CB radio made this luxury car feel both high-tech and comfortable. It was a perfect blend of performance, luxury, and innovation that stood out as a true game-changer in its class. Number 6, 1987, Oldsmobile 442. The 1987 Oldsmobile 442 isn't a car you'll often hear about in the conversations of legendary muscle cars, but it definitely deserves a spot. With a perfect blend of performance, style, and a hint of luxury, this underrated gem holds its own among the heavyweights of its time. While it might not be the car that'll burn rubber at a drag race, it offers something just as valuable: character, driving pleasure, and a slice of history. Built on General Motors' iconic G-body platform, the 442 carries the unmistakable look of a true 1980s muscle car. Oldsmobile revived this legendary nameplate in 1985, and over the next 3 years, around 11,400 units were produced, making it a rare find today. The name 442 speaks to its storied past, a symbol of muscle and performance from an earlier era. Under the hood, the 442 houses a 305 cubic inch V8 engine. With 170 horsepower and 250 pound-feet of torque, it's far from the fastest, but its performance is more than enough to give it a strong road presence. This car isn't about sheer speed. With a weight of over 3,000 pounds, it takes 9.5 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour, but it was made to handle the curves with grace. Its front and rear stabilizer bars give it a more refined driving experience, making it a joy to take on winding roads. A standout feature of the 442 is its Rochester Quadraget carburetor, which helps to make fuel delivery smoother, even if it's not quite up to par with modern fuel injection systems. Still, it adds a nice nostalgic touch to the car's performance. The interior, though simple, is comfortable, with soft seats and enough room to make long drives enjoyable. The smooth 4-speed automatic transmission complements the car's laid-back character, offering a relaxed driving experience. Today, the 1987 Oldsmobile 442 is a collector's dream, priced at around $19,527. It may not be the fastest, but it's a legendary piece of automotive history, offering a combination of muscle and luxury that still stands out today. Number 5. 1982 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. The 1982 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 may not always come up in discussions about the most famous muscle cars, but this underrated legend deserves a second look. With its polished, aggressive design, it was built to stand out and turn heads from the moment it hit the streets. Sporting bold, 5-spoke rims and sharp body lines, the Z28 looked fast, even while parked. The large glass hatchback and distinct front end gave it a modern, futuristic vibe that was ahead of its time, making it an unforgettable symbol of the 80s. But this Camaro isn't just about looks. It packs some solid performance, too. Under the hood, it features a 305 cubic inches V8 engine, producing 165 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. While not the most powerful in its class, it still delivers plenty of muscle for a fun driving experience. The Z28 could reach 60 miles per hour in about 8 seconds, a respectable time for the era. It also offered both a 3-speed automatic and a 4-speed manual transmission, so you could choose how you wanted to experience the road. What made the Z28 stand out was its innovative throttle body injection (TBI) system, which improved engine response and performance. The fiberglass hood with scoops not only added to its race-ready appearance, but also enhanced aerodynamics. The coil suspension provided smooth and responsive handling, making this muscle car a joy to drive around tight corners and winding roads. Inside, the Camaro kept the driver in mind with a sport-focused interior. It wasn't just about style, it was built to be driven. Despite being a muscle car, it offered enough comfort for longer drives and daily commutes. While the Z28 wasn't the quickest muscle car on the market, its unique features, lightweight design, and overall performance made it stand out. It wasn't just another car, it was an iconic piece of automotive history that helped define the 80s. Even with its few drawbacks, the Camaro Z28 still remains a fun and legendary ride today. Number 4, 1983 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS. The 1983 Chevrolet Monte Carlo SS may not be the first car that comes to mind when you think of legendary vehicles, but it's a hidden masterpiece that deserves its place in the spotlight. A true product of its time, this muscle car stands out for its no-nonsense design, solid performance, and connection to racing heritage, making it a favorite among car enthusiasts both then and now. From the moment you see it, the Monte Carlo SS makes an impression. Its bold, upright stance and clean, angular lines give it an unmistakable look that's tough and ready for action. It's not about flashy curves or extravagant details. This car is all about simplicity and strength, and that's part of its timeless appeal. Available in limited colors like white or blue, the Monte Carlo SS doesn't need bright hues to make a statement. Its understated look says it all. Beneath the engine compartment, you'll find a 305 cubic inch V8 engine that cranks out 175 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque. These numbers might not be jaw-dropping by today's standards, but for its era, they were plenty powerful. With a 3-speed automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive, the Monte Carlo SS can reach 60 miles per hour in 8.2 seconds, which is impressive for a car that weighs 3,500 pounds. Every bit of power was needed to move this big machine, but it handled the task with ease. The interior of the Monte Carlo SS is all about comfort and space. With roomy bench seats and a straightforward design, this car is perfect for long cruises with friends or family. It's not luxury in the traditional sense, but it offers enough comfort for a pleasant drive, making it an ideal companion for both short trips and extended road adventures. The Monte Carlo SS also has a racing history on its side, with legendary NASCAR driver Dale Earnhardt switching to Chevrolet the same year the car was released. Over its 5-year production run, Chevrolet sold over 154,000 units, cementing its place as a beloved muscle car. Today, you can find a well-maintained Monte Carlo SS for around $11,600. It's more than just a car, it's a piece of automotive history. With its unique blend of style, performance, and racing legacy, the Monte Carlo SS is truly a legendary ride. Number 3, 1987 Ford Mustang 5.0. The 1987 Ford Mustang 5 might not be the first car you think of when it comes to legendary muscle cars, but this iconic ride holds a special place in automotive history. Part of the legendary Fox body Mustang line, the Mustang 5 is more than just a car. It's a symbol of Ford's comeback in the muscle car world. The Fox body platform, which Ford introduced in 1979, became a major hit, and the 1987 model really helped bring that success to its peak. By the early 80s, the Mustang had already begun to find its footing again, after the tough years of the 70s. In 1982, Ford introduced a more powerful engine option in the Mustang GT, the 299 cubic inches V8, which later became the Mustang 5. This upgrade gave the car a noticeable boost, pushing its power from 120 horsepower to 175 horsepower and offering 245 pound-feet of torque. At 3,070 pounds, this Mustang could go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just about 7 seconds. While that might not sound lightning fast today, back then it was a big deal, especially for a car that had struggled to live up to its muscle car roots. Fast forward to 1987, and Ford gave the Mustang a fresh new look. The car kept its classic design, but the front end received a major facelift, including aerodynamic headlights and wraparound turn signals. These changes made the Mustang look wider and more aggressive, and the GT version got an even beefier appearance, with a body kit that emphasized its muscle car character. The iconic cheese grater taillights became a signature feature of the Fox body's later years. Even the base LX trim had its own charm, with its body-colored bumpers and black trim making it stylish. Inside, Ford designed a more driver-focused cockpit with a new instrument cluster that put everything in the right place, making the car feel more connected to the driver. With a simpler lineup of just 2 trims, the LX and the GT, the Mustang stayed fun to drive and lightweight. Both trims came with a 305 cubic inches V8 engine, which meant serious power and made the Mustang 5 a favorite among car enthusiasts. Today, the Mustang 5 is still sought after, especially in good condition and with low mileage. Number 2, 1984 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. The 1984 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am might not be the first car that comes to mind when you think of legendary muscle cars, but this classy and powerful machine earned its place in automotive history. If you have ever watched Smokey and the Bandit, you've probably seen the Trans Am in action, and it's no wonder the car has become a fan favorite. Even today, the Trans Am still stands out with its aggressive look and unique features like pop-up headlights, which make it feel like something straight out of an action movie. In addition, the Trans Am is powered by a 305 cubic inches V8 engine, delivering 190 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. While it's not the fastest car on the block, it can hit 60 miles per hour in just 8.6 seconds, which was pretty impressive for its time. It's a car built for more than just looking cool. It handles well, too. With a rear-wheel drive setup and solid handling, the Trans Am is fun to drive, especially on twisty roads, where it shows off its true performance potential. The design of the Trans Am is what makes it unforgettable. It has that sharp, bold look that screams muscle car, with its aggressive front and smooth, powerful lines. Even today, it still turns heads when it drives by. It's not all about looks, though. The car's handling is smooth and responsive, making you feel like you're in control of the road every time you take it for a spin. That said, the Trans Am does have a few downsides. For one, it doesn't come with a manual transmission, which might be a disappointment for driving enthusiasts. Only about 1,500 of these cars were made, which makes them pretty rare today. Finding one in good condition with low mileage can be difficult, and parts can be harder to find, making repairs a bit of a challenge. But if you manage to find one, you'll own a piece of automotive history, a true legend from the 1980s. Number 1, 1983, Oldsmobile Cutless Supreme. Picture yourself cruising down the street in the early 1980s, turning heads as you ride in a machine that not only boasts style, but carries a legacy. The Oldsmobile Cutless Supreme, a mid-sized marvel produced from 1966 to 1997, wasn't just a car, it was a statement. Often overlooked today, this legendary ride was once at the peak of its class, dominating roads as Oldsmobile's premium offering. What makes this car so legendary? Let's rewind. The Cutless Supreme started as a simple trim package, but quickly gained traction, developing its own unique identity. By the mid-70s, it became Oldsmobile's bestseller and was even the highest-selling model in its class. Its versatility made it stand out too, available as a two-door hardtop, sedan, station wagon, and even a convertible until 1972. This car defined the era with its square body design, aerodynamic lines, and chrome accents that said, "I'm here to stay." However, the Cutless Supreme's true claim to fame isn't just in its sales. It's the lasting impression it left on the automotive world. In 1981, Oldsmobile took a bold step, restyling the coupe with an aerodynamic shovel nose front header panel. This change reduced air resistance by 15%, a smart move for both fuel economy and performance. The car remained with this design until the last rear drive, Cutless, rolled off the line in 1988. Fast forward to the era of lowriding, and the Cutless Supreme found a second life. It became the perfect canvas for enthusiasts like Cesar Escobedo, who, after years of dreaming, transformed his own Cutless into a lowrider masterpiece. With a bold pink paint job inspired by his wife, the Cutless was reborn as a showstopper. Over 5 years of hard work and dedication turned it into a symbol of passion and family legacy, making it not just a car, but a story. In the world of classic cars, the Oldsmobile Cutless Supreme stands as a legendary icon, effortlessly blending history, innovation, and culture. If you enjoyed this, drop a comment, give us a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more legendary cars. Thanks for watching.